Delays in products, big game news, and what the heck is a teraflop? This is GNN. For our first story of the day, GDC's been rescheduled to August 4th through the 6th at the Moscone Center in San Francisco. We gotta remember that GDC, while not really as important to us like normal gamers, for the developers it's a big deal because it's where they get to talk about what they've been working on and where they get to pitch it to investors. And it's a big chance for smaller developers to show bigger developers what they can do. For our next topic, we're going back to GameStop, and they've gone off the rails. They've marked themselves as an essential business during this big crisis. For reference, other essential businesses include hospitals and pharmacies and banks, so I'm not really sure games fit in that category. But what I do know is that Reggie does get appointed in April, and hopefully he can figure out what the heck is wrong with GameStop's corp right now, because it's kind of a mess. So Animal Crossing is going to show up a lot on this GNN, but Japan's finally getting their second wave of Animal Crossing Switch consoles just in April. See, these things have been really hard to come by, and scalpers have been selling them for these crazy amounts of money. There was also an official Animal Crossing water bottle released, and resellers have been having a field day with it. See, it got so bad that Controller Gear actually had to make a statement about it. I don't know, guys, the bell to dollar conversion really isn't what it used to be. Moving on to the bigger news, Nintendo held their Indie World presentation on March 17th. And while it's not a full direct, it did give us some insight into some cool indie games that are coming to Nintendo Switch. It's a good chance for smaller studios to get some screen time. I mean, Indie World, while not the full-fledged 40-minute directs we get, do help indie developers, advertise their products. There's a few I'm interested in personally. I'm interested in a game called Blue Fire. It looks to be like a dark action adventure RPG, but also a platformer, which makes it super cool, stands out. The art style is awesome. There's also a game called I Am Dead, which, looks pretty good. There's also the sequel to Enter the Gungeon, being Exit the Gungeon. It looks pretty fun. Those games aren't really my jam, but I do appreciate them. I think they're cool. I like the art style and all the stupid bullets everywhere. The dungeons are cool. All that's really awesome. All right, I'm going to do my best to tackle these other topics, but honestly, I am not a techie. I don't really know what any of this means, but SSD, do re mi, you know what I'm saying? So Sony held its deep dive, which is basically its GDC presentation on March 18th. I don't really speak a lot of tech, so I didn't get too much out of it. But basically, the hardware specs don't seem to be as strong as the Xbox Series X. They made improvements to the SSD for sure, and they're experimenting with 3D audio. But considering the Xbox Series X will have backwards compatibility with every single Xbox Series up to date, and the PlayStation will only have the PlayStation 4, and on top of that, it's not even the whole library, makes me a little worried for how the PlayStation 5 is shaping up. On top of that, they didn't even show the console, which is a little more concerning. Maybe they're still, reconsidering how it should look. Maybe they're still developing it. But with the console slated to release this year, it's kind of scary how much we don't know about it. What I do know is that there will be a test on teraflops, and I hope you've been taking notes because I sure haven't. In terms of the actual presentation, Mike Cerny, flowcharts, green screens, fake audiences, and teraflops, abundance everywhere. Microsoft also revealed their statistics for the new Xbox Series X, and they broke the console down so everybody could see its specs. Once again, I don't really talk tech, but with these specs, the console's shaping up to be quite a powerhouse. The console also features ray tracing, which I know is a big thing among the community right now. They showed it on a demo of Minecraft, and it looks pretty good. It's going to be hard to compete with that. We're just going to have to see what exactly Sony does, considering we haven't seen any actual footage of the PS5. For our final topic of the day, quite a few games released this weekend, although I'm only going to focus on the big two, those being Doom and Animal Crossing. So Doom Eternal's out on everything. It's coming to Nintendo Switch, but it's been delayed. The interesting thing here is it's coming to Google Stadia, which is... It's Google Stadia. Doom Eternal's been getting excellent reviews from literally everybody. 5 out of 5, 7 out of 7, 5 stars. Do yourself a favor, pick up Doom Eternal. It's going to be a blast. So while Doom's been a big hit, Animal Crossing also came out and is also a tremendous hit. It's been getting crazy reviews. Everybody loves it. Everyone's excited for it. Your perfect quarantine game. So while it's really fun to rip and tear in Doom, it's also equally as fun to mend a town in Animal Crossing. The game also makes use of the Nintendo Switch Online app, which Nintendo hasn't really showed too much support for, so it's good that something's coming to it. So Nook Link's a mobile app that lets you basically import your designs from Animal Crossing New Leaf, as well as download them into New Horizons. It also lets you make best friends, you can send messages on the device, it lets you do a few other features as well. Nooklink's mainly just a companion app for your game. It lets you do a few features, but it's not a necessity, but good to have. That's it for GNN. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next GNN.